Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement. Alert! Alert! This is an emergency live stream. Please stand by for a Smitty announcement.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
You know what time it is. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. We do this show every single Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're here to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that we kind of addressed earlier today, but we can hammer some of the points home. We can recap a lot of what's going on around the NFL, and we'll dig into that here momentarily. We're doing the Cooper Cup League. Currently, this is the draft so far for those that are interested. There's 8 copies of every player. There's 96 people in this draft. It's one division, everybody fighting for total points with 8 copies of every player. It really has the feel of a 12-man league. As you can see, Jonathan Taylor pretty much going straight down the board. Your boy Smitty was at pick number, what was I at? 18. I took Najee Harris. There was plenty of copies of Najee, plenty of copies of Eckler at that point. We are currently underway, moving pretty quickly. Actually, some of you are complaining about the slowness of it, but that's the nature of a long, slow, dragged-out draft. That's if you've never done that before, this is what you signed up for. It was very, very, very clear at the beginning. It's going to take a long time to do this draft. You got to have fun with the length of it and stop complaining about how it's not moving along and you're not in the second round yet. It's going to be days before you pick your second pick. I'm going to tell you that right now. More than likely, it'll be days. Guys, we're sitting here with Deshaun Watson news that is getting worse by the minute. This news right here, we talked about this earlier. Two new claims are being filed against Deshaun Watson, which is going to have this thing go in a different direction downhill for Deshaun Watson. He was very, very close to having this not resolved, but he's very close to playing. He was very close to playing at least some games in 2022. I think he's probably looking at a 6 to 10 game, 6 to 8, 6 to 12 game suspension with some consideration for time served and with a little bit of a caveat where the NFL is going to say, we're going to relook at this. We reserve the right to relook at this once all the cases are resolved and whatnot. But with the four new cases, it's absolutely looking like Deshaun Watson not only will he not play in 2022, I would strongly bet against him not playing in 2023. And at that point, you got to think, will he ever play again? Deshaun Watson, wouldn't shock me at all if Deshaun Watson if he had 30 or more cases against him by the end of July. We're talking about 66 potential situations that are confidently spoken about by a few news outlets, and a couple, I believe it's the New York Post or the New York Times, I forget which one, claim that there may be 100 or more actual massage situations that have been set up. So Deshaun Watson, the likelihood of him seeing 2, 3, 4, 5 more cases through July popping up, it's not looking good. Watson's probably not playing 2022. Watson may not play 2023. Watson may never play again. The Cleveland Browns will be looking to potentially void this contract if, in fact, he is suspended by the NFL, and they can tie some of the suspension responsibility to the new 4 cases because there's verbiage reportedly, according to Pro Football Talk, that's built into the Deshaun Watson $230 million contract that suggests that if he is suspended for any of the new cases that could arise, and this was when 22 were on the table and the contract was signed, so 23, 24, 25, 26, 4 more cases, and that's just, what we know of right now. These pop up very quickly, and we don't get really a telegraphed, lead on this stuff because even the attorneys were shocked at the 24th case or 25th case. This could happen very quickly. I think if he's got, here's what the NFL is going to think, okay? They sat down, they interviewed 22 people, they talked to Deshaun Watson, he had his $230 million contract, the Browns were expecting him to maybe miss the entire 2022 season. That's why Deshaun Watson got an extremely Deshaun Watson-friendly contract that looked something along the lines of this. So here's year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Year 1, he gets $1 million in salary plus $46 million in a bonus. Year 2, his salary is $47 million. So 1 plus 46 is 47. Every single year is $47 million. But the way that this was structured by the team was to allow Deshaun Watson to only have $1 million allocated to salary during year 1 because the Browns and Watson expected him to be suspended for a majority, if not all, of 2022. So they thought, let's divide this 47 up into 46 and 1, give it to you so the NFL can't quarantine this money, and if they do hold back salary from him, it would just be the $1 million. Browns expected the Browns are so dumb in this situation. They knew that they were potentially looking at this situation. They knew it. They constructed the contract to protect Deshaun Watson. And here's the NFL's thinking. We sat down with 22 people, and we believe that Watson, should be able to play some of the season. I think this is what they were thinking. And then once these 4 cases came out, the NFL is now sitting there thinking like this. They have to be. The NFL has to be thinking along these lines. This could keep unraveling. These cases could keep popping up because there are potentially 100 situations that Deshaun Watson set up. These meetings that he set up. Some people didn't even have massage backgrounds. He just reached out on Instagram. Want to come give me a massage? Here's a non-disclosure. The Texans are complicit in a lot of these because they set up the hotel rooms in the non-disclosure agreements. So who knows? This spotlight could go right onto the Texans very soon, and we might be doing live stream after live stream talking about the Texans. Yeah, I mean, this is a correct statement. Fantasy or football poker says you got to feel bad for the Browns fans. I feel awful for Browns fans. The Browns fans got screwed out of this because the NFL is going to look at it like this. We don't know when this is going to end. How do we tell somebody you're suspended for 8 games, 10 games, and then have 4 more cases maybe pop up tomorrow? And then what, address it again? Like, if you're going to interview 22 people and take into consideration what their claims are and how they feel and what they've said, and then interview Deshaun and then decide between yours, this is the NFL's investigation. How are you going to allow 4 more, 2 more, 3 more, 1 more case come into play and not interview those people? The NFL is going to say we can't do this. The only thing to do, the only play, is to be as fair as you can to Deshaun Watson in his quest for innocence. Innocent until proven guilty. We have that in this country. You cannot go to jail. You cannot be convicted of a crime unless you have a chance to argue and prove your innocence. We need to have that in this country. It is vital. It is important. I want to emphasize that is the world we live in, and we need to take that upon ourselves when we talk about these things and make sure we are fair to those being accused of crimes. Like, I can't emphasize enough how important that is to me and how important it is for me to have you understand that's my stance. But from the NFL's perspective, the only move to make here, the only move is to suspend him, to be fair, with pay until this gets worked out. If it goes down the criminal route, they have different options that are on the table. The exempt list, they could do all kinds of different things. Currently, right now, suspend him with pay, make him take care of this. Once it's done, he can come back, and that's going to cause the Browns to look into voiding the contract. But this is the only move by the NFL. Suspend with pay. It's the only move. Stormcat says, when even more cases will pop up after the first court settlement is made. They pop up all the time. The HBO special triggered 2 people to come out, maybe 3, maybe the 4 that came out and wanted to speak up. That HBO special definitely has been triggering it. I don't feel sorry for the Browns, but I'm still a Steelers fan. We hate them, says Kenny. Kenny, that's not very nice. I feel bad for the Browns fans. I really, really do. Browns should get some they should get some compensatory picks, definitely from the Texans if they're complicit. So they're gonna dig into that for sure. Deshaun Watson, who says it was Deshaun setting the meetings? I mean, there's a lot of conspiracies, and rightfully so. This was such a Browns move. Let's see here. Swaggy says, I was on the Watson will be found innocent, but all these new allegations, Deshaun is donezo for the season, says Swaggy. I feel like a lot of people did have your take, Swaggy, and usually they're not in the live stream. They're more so in the comments after. it's very easy to have a one-way conversation. I'd be glad to talk to somebody about it. I'm not wishing negativity upon Deshaun Watson. I'm not hoping he's guilty. If he's guilty, that means there's victims. I'd rather this thing, even though it's horrible for Watson too, like none of it's good. It can't end well at all. There's no happy ending in this scenario. There just isn't, because we want these allegations to be false so that there's no victims. That's the most important thing, right? Then Watson went all through all this and his career got ruined for nothing, though. So, like, there's no good that comes from any angle. But do I want no victims? I do. I'm rooting for no victims to actually be, in this situation, which means that all 26 would be lying, which I don't think is likely whatsoever. Look, we're human beings. We're going to judge people. We're going to have judgments. We're not going to be able to hold off on some of this and wait until it goes to, first of all, it's not going to go to court right now as it stands in the normal sense. It's going to civil court. Burden of proof, settlements, things are very different in civil. So we kind of have to make a determination. Now, everybody can say, hey, well, if I can't see it go to criminal court, I'm not going to judge it at all. Then he's innocent in my eyes. I don't know that I can view it that way. I'm a human being. I have my tendencies to lean a certain direction. I'm able to consume a lot of evidence, and while I don't think anybody should be charged with a crime, like a criminal, like go to jail, fines by police and whatever, none of that should take place until you go into a court of law and get judged by your peers and go through that whole process. Nobody. So I'm on that board no matter what. But when it comes to trying to figure out what to do in this kind of situation, there's a lot. Deshaun Watson has admitted to doing a lot of this. He just says he did it consensually. But these claims, you have to read them. Don't come in here and say he's innocent. And I'm not saying to come in here and say he's guilty either. I don't really want to hear any one of those stances in the live chat. Like, let's be respectful to both sides the best we can. But don't come in here and say, oh my God, Smitty, I can't believe you're going to see what happens. You'll see, Smitty. You're going to look like a fool when he's innocent and he's balling out and he absolutely explodes. There's a couple comments already in my last video are like, you're going to see, imagine judging someone, blah, 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 blah. And there's 26 cases where he set up these situations with random people that didn't have massage experience, and he offered them money and non-disclosure agreements to put the pieces together, bro. He's targeting. I'm not going to use the predator label that the prosecution's using, but targeting is a very accurate term to use for Deshaun Watson. He was a serial targeter of a certain individual, serial meaning over and over and over again, of a certain individual for a reason. Why would you go after somebody that needs money, the amount of money he's offering to a small-time masseuse or somebody that didn't even have his massage business and that didn't deal with athletes all the time, that were wowed by him? Why do you think he did that? Explain. Somebody that's in here defending Deshaun Watson to the core. Come in here. Call up when we do the voicemail show and give me one good reason why you would target maybe 66 to 100 individuals that fit that description. Come in and try and give me an explanation. That's all I want. I'd be happy to listen to it. I'm not trying to even argue with you. I want somebody to come in and give me a reason why he would target near, some reports say, 66 to 100 women that fit this description. Small time or no masseuse business at all. Offer money, non-disclosures. You tell me. Okay. So, we are here. Swaggy, appreciate you being here. Appreciate Charles, Chucky, Kenny, Michael K. CPA. Michael K. CPA, the top super chatter of the year. I gotta get that graphic back up. He is the top super chatter of the year, Michael K. CPA. with a 199 spot. If anybody wants to be at the top of every live stream, let's put that back at the top. Top super chatter of the year. 199, Michael KCPA. I got to fix that up. I'll doll it up later with colors and everything. There it is. If anybody wants to take him out, drop a super chat. Michael KCPA, for the most part, is going to be at the top of every single live stream during the 7 p.m. show, Monday through Friday show, at the top of every single Monday through Friday show until somebody knocks him off. This is advertisement right here. You got a business handle, drop a 200 spot. Michael KCPA owns the real estate right up here at the top of the show. He says they signed a legal agreement and gave the massage, nothing criminal, massage addiction. Maybe Michael K. We won't know. We won't know, Michael K. CPA. Just waiting for you guys to school me, says Prince. Let's get to the voice messages. Other pieces of news we have today. Of course, we've got this bad boy right here. Fitzpatrick signing $18.4 million per year deal with $36 million guaranteed. That's a massive contract. Congratulations to that youngster there. Nice work. You got this right here, this news. Kingsbury saying we're about to make him, I'm sure, the highest paid player in franchise history. Cliff Kingsbury said, discussing Kyler Murray's contract extension, this Cardinals organization is changing their tune. They want this man now to get the bag. They're changing their tune. But this was something that I hoped would happen, but I've been critical of Kyler. I've been real critical of Kyler. And so I definitely feel like this is something that needed to happen. Like there's not a lot of ways to upgrade him, but we need him to show leadership. I probably would have waited a year if it was me, or I would have made him do a little bit more, getting in line, showing leadership. And I know the Cardinals don't want this to become messy, and Kyler could potentially threaten to hold out or hold in. But I mean, I don't know. Says 9 a.m. on the message board. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about, Blackbeard? The draft we kicked off late last night, but with no timer. We didn't start any timers until 9 a.m. So we did start the draft early, but we didn't initiate any timers or anything. We just kicked it off early. I like Kyler when he's not pretending to be hurt. Yeah. Only one copy of Eckler left in the Cooper Cup League right here, says Double X. One copy of Cooper Cup left in this league. I got Najee Harris. Love Najee. All right, let's go to the voicemails.
Smitty,
hold on. Hold on, Stormcat.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
All right. Topic of the day is, so far, we'll put a question mark. Michael K. CPS says, Smitty, why did you draft Najee? Content? ... Michael K., you're in my live streams all the time. You know Najee's my number 2 overall player, bro. Don't you? How do you not know that? Stormcat.
So I was thinking that with this huge underdog tournament, the best ball tournament, really just getting rolling now, it'll probably be going for most of the summer. And I know a lot of your crew are probably interested in playing it or already playing it. I was thinking that you might want to do some kind of a segment where you share some of the really late round flyers or sleepers that you find yourself gravitating to, like from rounds 12 and on. I've done about 20 drafts so far myself, including a lot of the $5 puppy ones, and I found that I am gravitating towards a few players myself. So I'd really love to hear who you find that you're looking at as late.
I talk about Stormcat, the players I love in the best ball world right now all the time. Like every show I pretty much do. So I'm already doing that. Kenny Walker's fallen to the 6th round. I don't think he'll fall to 7, 8, 9 anymore. I think his ADP got adjusted. And unfortunately, what a lot of people don't understand is your ADP, the ADP is going to shove these players up people's draft boards very quickly. Like Kenneth Walker was so lowly ranked on Underdog, it was almost Underdog's fault in some ways why he was going around 7 and 8. If you look, his ADP's adjusting quickly, and now he's one of the top 4 or 5 running backs available when you're breaching round 6. And hopefully you guys don't ruin it by jumping in there and drafting him around 4. We need to take advantage of round 6. I pretty much am getting Kenneth Walker still. It's getting close, though, to where I might not get him here and there, especially if I'm drafting with some of you guys. But Kenneth Walker is now borderline available in best ball drafts in the 6th round. Borderline, which means that soon it will be round number 5. For right now, though, he still can make it to a majority of all 6th round picks. DK Metcalf round 4, Waddle round 4 or 5, DK Metcalf round 5, ETN round 4 or 5, Herbert round 4 or 5, Burrow round 5, 6, Mahomes 5, 6. Mahomes sometimes falls because people are just so worried about his wide receiver room that he can sometimes fall really, really far. Those are Dalton Schultz is starting to go higher and higher, but if he's there around 7, you jump on that. Tony Pollard in 9, 10. Zamir White round 16. That was a good one last night. Rashad White round 9, 10. If you can. It depends on where he's at. It really depends on where the player's at. Like if you're on the clock and Kenneth Walker's like a little tiny baby scroll down, so like 10, 11, 12 running backs down, you're good. He's going to be there the next pick. If Kenneth Walker is one of 3 running backs left, like ranked by the pre-rank, he's one of the top 3 or 4, he's not going to last to your next pick. You got to jump on him. It's all about that pre-rank list. But I talk about these guys, Kenny Walker, DK Metcalf, Waddle, Breece Hall in round 4. Stormcat, Breece Hall is falling to round 4 in best ball drafts right now on Underdog. And you guys can get on over there at thefantasyfootballshow.com. Click the Underdog banner and play this $25, $10 million in prizes contest that we're talking about. And I'll give you a free 10-minute phone call if you use promo code Smitty or the link that I have at thefantasyfootballshow.com. And on top of that, everything we're talking about here is so exciting. Jump into it. Be a part of it. It's $25 an entry, and you draft against 11 other people. You play it out to week 14. The winner of each league advances to the qualifying round, which is week 15. Then everybody that wins, they narrow it down, I don't know how, by total points, but I don't know how many people, to the semifinals in week 16. Then week 17 is the finals, and the winner gets $2 million. Second place gets $1 million. And they give thousands of dollars all the way down to 470th place. You get $1,000 for 401, I think, to 470th place. It's absolutely crazy. The payouts are amazing. It's Underdog Fantasy. Here's the payouts. Look at this. Look at these payouts right here. First place, $2 million. Second place, $1 million. Third is $500,000. Fourth is $200,000. Fifth is $100,000. $75,000 to sixth. $50,000 to seventh. Eighth place gets $40,000. Ninth place gets $30,000. 10th place is still buying a car with $20,000. 11th place to 50th is $10,000. 51st to 100 is $5,000. 101st to 200 is $37.50. If you finish 201st to 300th place, you get $2,500. 301 to 400 is $15,000. I'm sorry, $1,500. 401st to 470th place is $1,000 still. You're still getting paid the bag. Not to mention, you finished 23rd, 100th place. You finished 2350 place. You get $200. You get all your entries for the year are given back to you. You know? It's like this is the funnest contest right now. And the great part is we're all going to play in the same league together. Because ultimately, and you can do this by going to thefantasyfootballshow.com, clicking on the Underdog banner, or using promo code Smitty when you get to Underdog Fantasy. You get a free 10-minute phone call. But the great part about this is that we all play together. Like, once you get out of your group of 12 and you win your weeks 1 through 14, because you got to win, we're all going to be in the same bucket. I'll see you, you'll see me. My Kenneth Walker is going against your Kenneth Walker, and we're doing it live. Silver.
Hey, I don't make my pick, man. I'm in.
Silver, come on, bro. How do you make your pick? Come on, Silver. Jim.
Hey, Smitty, help me navigate DeAndre Hopkins this year. Obviously out for the first 6 games. That's more than a third of the season. That's obviously not good. I don't expect him to come right in then week 7 and have complete chemistry with Kyler Murray. Where's your line in the sand with DeAndre Hopkins? Are you completely avoiding him this year? Or, where's your line in the sand with him, and where will you draft him at the right place?
Hey, Silver, make sure you DM me, and I'll try and walk you through it. I think you already took care of that. That might be an old message. I think you're good to go. But Hopkins, I'll help you, just not on the show, because it's going to slow things down. Hopkins, when you get to that, like, turning into round 6, he starts coming up on the pre-rank list within like 5 or 6 wide receivers. So you're talking about your 6th drafted player. You know what I mean? Your 6th drafted player. That's not bad. But I like him like at the end of round 6. I love him in round 7. But we definitely can't be drafting DeAndre Hopkins missing 6 games within the top 5 rounds. Round 6 is kind of pushing it, but I kind of like it in some scenarios. But it depends on who's there. Like, if Kenneth Walker's there, no! You take Kenny Walker all day long. If I don't know, there's a grip of players that are always around that turn of 5-6 that I love. I'd rather have St. Brown. He's almost always there at 6.4, 6.5, 6.3. And St. Brown's fine. But Hopkins is definitely not top 5 round worthy, and borderline top 6 worthy, and definitely I love him in round 7, but he probably won't fall to round 7, so you got to kind of grab him in that questionable area, so it's tough. Next message, Kenny.
Hey, Smitty, how do you feel about Chubb and redraft this year?
Chubb and redraft. Swaggy says MFL is prehistoric. Well, you know what prehistoric means, Swaggy? That you can do things that you can't do on other sites. Other sites aren't going to let you, bro. They aren't going to let you do 96 team drafts with 8 copies of every player. So let's throw a little respect on myfantasyleague.com, Swaggy. They are prehistoric. It's basically on a stone. You're drafting your team on a stone hedge. It's old, but they're good. What was this question?
Hey, Smitty, how do you feel about Chubb?
Chubb.
And redraft?
Nick Chubb in redraft. That's a great topic. Second round for sure, not first round. But he's kind of got first round potential, right? So second rounder, not bad. Like, I don't love picking him because I fear injury, but he's such a good running back. Cameron, showing love to the best fantasy community, period. Thanks for working hard constantly. Smitty, can I please get a moonshot? Absolutely, Cameron.
To the moon.
Appreciate your super chat, good buddy. Cameron to the moon. Cameron to the moon. Cameron!
To the moon.
It's Cameron!
You've just been Smitty approved.
When someone drops something as significant as a $20 super chat, I need to make more of a fuss about them. I need to make more of a fuss about what's going on. Cameron, Smitty approved. Moonshot, you get it all, buddy. Appreciate you. Chubb's like, I would say like 14, 15, 16 overall. That's where I draft him comfortably. If I'm drafting earlier than that, 12, we love the 12 pick, right? 12, 13. There's so many players I like a little bit better. It's not that I hate Chubb, but I get Lamb and Javonte. I'm getting Debo and Adams. I'm getting Swift and Javonte. I'm getting Swift and Adams, Swift and Debo, Swift and Lamb. Like, I just find myself, I got this plethora of an amazing rotational option thing going on at 12 and 11. Those picks are phenomenal. The 11 pick.
To the moon.
The 12 pick.
To the moon.
Absolutely love both of these picks. Love both of them. And Chubb just doesn't have room in that 12-13 turn or the 11-14 turn. It's not that I don't like him, but he's comfortable in the 14, 15, 16 range. He's one of the best running backs in the league in terms of between the tackles. A lot of people always say he's top 3, top 4 running back, traditional running back in the NFL. I do worry about this Browns situation, though. You know, like, will they be able to get in the red zone? Or will they feed him? Do it get burrowed? People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
So do I like Chubb's situation? No, and that's probably why I bump him down. You know, like had Watson been on the field, you know, then it'd be different. You know, I don't know. I'm not a big Chubb early drafter. That doesn't sound. I'm not an early Chubb. 74 watching, only 34 likes. Blackbeard's not happy. Smash the thumbs up button for Smitty. Blackbeard, I don't know what was going on with the early 9 a.m. thing. Did everything get worked out? I saw you weren't happy about something and I wasn't sure what it was. We started early, but we didn't start that timer until we said 9 a.m. Hit the like button. 34 people have hit the like button out of 74 to 85 that keep jumping in here. Will Smith, that like button says official. Thank you. Okay, any more questions, guys? I'm going to drop a chat there. I've got this second voicemail group. Andy.
Hey, Smitty, I just wanted to hear what you had to say about the Chris Godwin injury and is Russell Gage a thing and what do we think of Mike Evans? He getting older. Really all of the Tampa Bay wide receivers. Where are your thoughts at with those guys?
Yeah, I'm not a big Godwin fan at all this year. At all. I think coming back from an ACL injury, I think people have a different expectation than they should have about that. I think Adrian Peterson ruined the normal expectation that you should have when a player's coming off an ACL injury. And that expectation is that they're going to have a pretty rough year. They could have moments, they could get back on their horse the year, you know, the year after that. And they could definitely get back on their horse during their ACL year. Cooper Kupp did fairly well coming back from his ACL injury. He was a pretty decent wide receiver. Did really well for coming off an ACL tear. And he kind of like rushed back a little bit too. So everybody's different. It just depends. You know, it just depends. Kenneth Walker is receiving concerns. Ken Walker has receiving concerns. Hey guys, ? Joel. No, Joel. He doesn't have any receiving concerns. In fact, that's what makes him an amazing grab, Joel. People think he's got receiving problems. He doesn't ever see. We're gonna rant. Are we gonna rant? We're gonna rant. Are we gonna rant? Are we gonna rant? Are we ranting? I'm like the Hulk. Don't get me riled up, or all of a sudden I go into rant mode, bro. Kenny Walker, not a receiving back. Did I also see somebody say that Kevin Durant suffered an ACL injury when they're talking about his Achilles? I'm going into rant mode. Kenny says,
Time for a Smitty rant.
I don't want to hear this. It got Brian in the chat right now telling me that Fournette's better than Kenny Walker. I've got people in the chat saying that this man can't catch the football. And when I say man, I mean Hercules Kenneth Walker. Can't catch the football. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because you guys have heard me talk about it before. This man was busy. He was busy running 150 to 200 yards a game. What do you want from him? What do you want from him? They weren't throwing him the football. What do you want from Zeke Elliott coming out of college? They weren't throwing him the football. Use your eyeballs. Assess it for yourself. Take a look at what he does at the combine. Can he catch the football? And then ask yourself these simple questions. What do you want out of your running back when it comes to receiving the football? You want an elusive running back. You want a running back that can navigate to open spaces all over, lateral, straight up and down, can retract, can stutter step, can hop, jump step, can do all of these things. And Kenneth Walker doesn't just do one or two of them properly. Kenneth Walker does all of them amazingly. Kenneth Walker is arguably the very best elusive running back rating in this draft class 2022, maybe even last year's draft class as well in terms of elusiveness. He's number 1 in this draft class in forced missed tackles. He's number 2 in this draft class in total yardage. And you're worried about him receiving the football. He can catch the football. He proved it at the combine. He can navigate open spaces, which is what you want from your wide receiver. When he's sitting there like Forrest Gump and he turns and goes this way, this man can navigate all over the field. There's not a single thing about his game that concerns me from a translation from college catching the football to becoming a pro catching running back, a PPR monster. Not only will Kenny Walker surprise you, doubters, you Kenny Walker reception doubters out there, Kenny Walker is going to become one of the best pass catching running backs in the NFL. Do I think he'll do it right away? No, people take my stuff out of context. He might have 35 receptions. He'd be lucky to get a 40 reception season from his rookie season, especially if they bring him along slowly, not like a crawl, but maybe they do a 50-50 divide as they work him into the offense, which is not a bad thing at all because you don't want him hitting a rookie wall anyway. The college season is shorter than the pro season. Not to mention they've added an extra game. These players coming out of college are not used to a short season. You don't want them going full go. This is why some people, I kind of have a little bit of a fear of it, but not enough to shake me or make me stay away from him. But Najee Harris was fed volumes over volumes from the beginning. He hit a little bit of a rookie wall, busted through it right away. So he was overworked to an extreme degree as a rookie. There is some injury concern with Najee, a little bit. You hope they dial back Najee a little bit and that Trubisky or Pickett or the addition of Pickens or the offensive line components that they've added, the experience that everybody's going to come together with in another year together, you got to hope that the efficiency goes up if you're going to have the volume and projection of carries and workload go down for Najee. But if we can lower the volume a little bit, increase the efficiency, maybe a couple more touchdowns, this guy could score more points, do a lot more with a little less. And that's what our hope is. But you don't necessarily want Kenny Walker going out there and being force-fed from week 1. So I expect 35 receptions, 29 to 35 receptions as a rookie. Do I think he could get more? Absolutely. Do I think he could be a top 5 PPR wide receiver based running back? Could he be a top 5 PPR guy? Absolutely. If you can't see that all of his attributes make the best candidate for a receiving back, and you can't look at his combine, look at his film, dig into the video footage that you can find on this guy to determine that catching the football isn't a problem, then everything else will translate. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Godwin, not buying Godwin. Not buying Godwin at all. Why is this? There we go. Echo's gone. Not buying Godwin at all. Not going near Godwin. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Did we have an echo during the entire voicemail show?
Smitty, what's your dynasty outlook for Christian Watson, and how long do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be in Green Bay? If you think Rodgers is going to be 1 year and done, do you think that's good for Watson's development, or do you see Rodgers being there for 2 to 3 years and Watson growing with him?
I don't know what to make of. I think it's a little hard to predict what's going to happen with this guy Aaron Rodgers. Like, right? He's very unpredictable. He's even letting everybody know. Hey, Giancarlo, are you still here? I'm sorry, I didn't respond to this super chat before I went on my rant. Giancarlo, roll call, Giancarlo, roll call. Ramondre Stevenson will get starting touches. I believe he will. I think Ramondre Stevenson starts a handful of games, Giancarlo, and I appreciate Giancarlo. Giancarlo has been with me forever, so really appreciate the super chat. A, B, appreciate you, and C, I hope you're here. And I didn't screw this up and have to take a big fat lap. Here he is. He's here. Attaboy, Giancarlo. Let's give you a Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
To the
moon. Moonshot to Giancarlo. Yeah, Stevenson, he's like, okay, like Harris was going in like the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Now he's going in like the 5th, 6th, 7th round. So like Harris is becoming kind of a nice little value. Tough to know where he's going to go. But I really like Stevenson, who you're getting near like Madison value, past Tony Pollard value. Really like Stevenson. He's a real good grab. And he could start multiple games in 2022. Jamison Crowder, top 30 receiver this year. I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm not getting on that train. No echo. Okay, I don't know why we had an echo there for a minute, but now it's gone. Smitty, would you draft Robert Woods or Odell Beckham Jr.? Probably Woods, because he's likely going to get on the field quicker. Giancarlo with yet another super chat.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Thank you, Giancarlo. In fact, I think anybody that ever drops over a $10 super chat should get a standing ovation. That's it. We've decided it. $10 super chat or more, Smitty's up. Gonna work on my abs. I'll take Godwin and Hopkins around the same area. Not me, Brian. Brian. No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's not that bad of a... Yeah, maybe they come back at the same time. I don't know, but Brian, I think you'd rather have Hopkins. I don't think Godwin's not going to be ready. Godwin's coming back from an ACL tear. No. Super chats for pull-ups. I can do that. I'm not going to send Brian on a lap for this one, because technically speaking, they could both play at the same time. But I'm not taking Godwin. Godwin 6th round, Hopkins 7th round. That's why I like Hopkins more. People were drafting Godwin at the beginning of the offseason, like in March and February. Like, he was top five round guy. And it's like, dude, do you know he's not going to even be ready for week 1? Like, people just draft him. Like, it's Godwin. What kind of injury did he have? Torn ACL, Bob. Torn ACL.